Marley will shoot his foul shots.
The Bulls very upset, and they take a timeout.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Oldsmobile, by the people at Nike who encourage you to just do it, and by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold.
Welcome back to Chicago. The Suns with a 9-point lead on the Bulls as we wind down to the fourth quarter. Phoenix with the very best record in the NBA, 62 up and 20 down, but they've had their ups and downs in the playoffs, although they've gotten to the final round, but they're down here 3-1. It's been a rocky road. We talked about that with Charles Barkley, who said it certainly has been a learning phase for the Suns come playoff time.
I think there's no question that no matter what happens this series, I think that we have learned, and I have learned, you know, because I thought that because we have just ran through the NBA this year, I thought that we could outscore everybody and beat them. But I have learned in the finals now that you have to play defense if you're going to win at all.
Defense wins you championships. Aggressive play wins you championships. And tonight, they've been aggressive and they've been physical when the Bulls have been taking the ball to the basket. Something I thought they didn't do the first 3 or 4 games, and they're doing it tonight.
One other thing I see the Phoenix team maturing as a half-court offensive team, understanding that it's the second, third, and fourth passes against great defense like Chicago that get you good shots.
Ainge and Grant went for it. Grant able to control, and Pippen finishes it off. He thought he was fouled. Suns 92. The Bulls 83, 5:45 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Okay, nobody should touch it but Charles Barkley. Then go to your offense from there.
Johnson trying to get it to West. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan went to the hesitation move. Barkley rebound. Barkley on the run. Barkley for Ainge. And the Suns lead 94-83 as we come up on 5 minutes remaining in the game. This crowd disappointed. They came here hoping to celebrate a three-peat. Michael Jordan cuts it to 9. The Phoenix Suns have led most of the way, however, leading by as many as 16. And the Suns want to take it back to Phoenix for Game 6 Sunday night. Johnson with the save, intercepted by Grant. 3-on-1. Pippen all the way. Pippen not able to hit off that twisting shot. And here's Marley.
Whoa, what a major mistake. I'm sorry, what a major mistake, Marley. Should have passed it to Charles. What a dunk shot.
Wild end-to-end play. Paxson. And Williams able to put it home. Paxson claiming he was fouled. The Suns 94. The Bulls 87 as we come up on 4 minutes remaining in the game.
A big basket by Scott Williams, but I haven't seen the energy from Scott Williams that we've seen him supply in past playoff games.
Kevin Johnson is fouled. Scottie Pippen has collected his 5th. Bulls with their 3rd team foul. Suns have 4. Johnson to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the line. 18 points, 8 assists for Kevin Johnson.
I love what Paul Westphal has done. He was upset that the Bulls were, especially Michael Jordan, was just tiptoeing down the lane in Game 4. And here he is, Charles Barkley, just giving his teammates some encouragement. But Paul Westphal was very upset that Michael Jordan was doing anything he wanted to do down the lane. And he came back and said, no layup rule. Everybody has to go to the free throw line. And the Phoenix Suns have responded.
And And the Suns have also responded at the line. The 16 for 19. They lead 96-87. Armstrong, Paxson, Jordan, and the three-guard set, along with King and Grant. And Jess Kersey waves it off. Will not count. Foul called on Johnson outside.
His first penalty.
Well, he go catch KJ on the move, and KJ had nothing to do but to grab him, and it was a good foul by Kevin Johnson. This Phoenix Sun team is playing just an excellent and smart game. I am very impressed on how they came here ready to play and execute both offensively and defensively.
How about Michael Jordan at the line? He is 1 of 3 from the line in this quarter, 2 of 7, and the Bulls hurting themselves once again at the foul line. Jordan did not shoot well at the line in game 4. 96-88, Suns with the lead. Here's pressure by Chicago. Again, the Suns have no trouble with it. Barkley able to swing away. Phil Jackson takes a long walk. Felt there should have been a foul. Each hits the three. Phil Jackson looking for an offensive foul. And Danny Ainge connects from three-point range. The Suns now lead 99-88. Timeout called by Chicago.
Well, after the play, Phil Jackson is just going crazy on the sideline, and he wants a timeout.
The guy that Phil Jackson fears the most on this team down the stretch is Danny Ainge because of his courage, willingness to take a big shot in tough situations.
Miller Genuine Draft presents Genuine Moments.
Tonight's Villanova takes us back to the 1966 NBA Finals. The series went 7 games. The Boston Celtics outlasting the LA Lakers to capture an unprecedented 8th consecutive NBA championship. The Celtics, led by future Hall of Famers John Havlicek and Bill Russell, were not only the last team to three-peat, but the last true NBA dynasty. In recognition of these moments, Miller Genuine Draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Well, Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns have been in the way of the quest of the Chicago Bulls to wrap it here tonight, with the Bulls trying to become only the 3rd team in NBA history to win 3 in a row. No team has won 3 straight in 26 years. 3-point attempt by Jordan went astray. We're coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, and the Suns lead 99-88.
If Chicago can get into it, they have a very small team on the floor. Grant is the center right now. Then they've got Pippen, Paxson, BJ, and Michael. A pressing, trapping, quick team that can hit you with three-pointers in transition.
Johnson rebounded by Jordan. Jordan with the hesitation dribble. Fouled by Marley. So Jordan back to the line.
What you have to do if you're Chicago is try to score points and stop the clock. One way you do that, you emphasize take the ball to the basket. Another thought, you're down in the game by 11 points. There's 2:40 left. You've got to get possessions. You've got to score more points each time you have it than the other team. With Mark West on the floor, a 51% free throw shooter, maybe you tell the guy guarding him, if he touches the ball, foul him immediately. He makes 1, you make 2 or 3, you're picking up points on the exchange.
But that's a great theory and a great way to do things. I don't think Mark West will touch it. Charles Barkley will probably, again, set the offense for the Phoenix Suns. They're playing a smart game, going through Charles Barkley every single time.
2.5 remaining in the 4th quarter. Barkley drawing the double team. Shot clock at 7. Marley eluding Jordan. Marley all the way. Went high off glass. Back come the Bulls. Down by 9.
Smart move by Ainge. Michael Jordan hit the little turnaround, but what he really was trying to do was create a shot for Paxson. Ainge almost came to help out, but stayed at home. Michael couldn't get it to him.
So the Suns now lead by 7. We're down to 1 minute and 50 remaining. 4th quarter. Barkley struggling for possession. Johnson. Yes, and it counts. Kevin Johnson with the field goal, and he will go to the line. He was fouled by Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan was trying to create right there something for Paxson, but Ainge started to come and went back, stayed at home with his player. Jordan turns and banks it off the glass.
And again, the offense ran through Charles Barkley. He got double teamed. He found the open man in Kevin Johnson, and they lay it up. I tell you, this Phoenix Sun team is playing excellent basketball, both offensively and defensively.
Well, the Chicago Bulls stadium crew preparing throughout the day to set up for the championship ceremony on the court. Look at the scaffolding. This compared to a year ago when they went through the ceremony downstairs. They instead today preparing for it through a full-scale rehearsal right throughout the day, and they are waiting in the wings. Now, for more on that, because apparently the Phoenix Suns were a bit perturbed about all this preparation, let's go over to Hannah Storm.
Well, Marv, the Suns were talking about it in the locker room before the game. Charles Barkley told me that the Suns felt like the people of Chicago were already dividing up the will before the person was actually dead. And he said that he was going to set out to prove that the Phoenix Suns were very much alive, Marv.
Thanks, Hannah. Charles always has a way of capturing the scene. The Suns lead by 10 minutes and a half remaining. Jordan will go back to the foul line, hit by Kevin Johnson.
After that timeout, Ahmad just came back with us with this information that Chicago wants to go to their no-huddle, hurry-up offense. Not quite sure he's in the right sport right now.
Confused, you know, the former football player, you know, this.
But what he meant by that was Chicago wants to get it down quickly, get shots up quickly, not necessarily long shots, but don't use up too much time on the clock.
And remember what you was talking about, Mark West. Paul Westphal said, yeah, I know that Mark West can't shoot free throws too. Now I'm going to put in Frank Johnson. So good move by Paul Westphal.
40 points for Michael Jordan, along with 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Suns lead 102-94. Pressure by Jordan against Frank Johnson. So Frank Johnson and Kevin Johnson on the floor at the same time. Nice feed, but Barkley is rejected. A minute 10 remaining, fourth quarter. Here's Pippen, stripped. Frank Johnson got a piece of it.
Use the clock right here. If you're Phoenix Sun, let it wind down. Take this shot in the last second or two.
Well, Kevin Johnson saw the opportunity, and with a burst to the basket, able to extend to a 10-point lead.
Charles Barkley told us on the off day, we have not been able to stop them on the critical plays when we've had to. That last strip, last time down, was the critical play for Phoenix.
45 seconds remaining, fourth quarter. And how about this Phoenix Suns ball club? They lose the first 2 at home. Jordan called for that foul. That is his 5th. And they come to Chicago, and they will beat the Bulls 2 out of 3 here in Chicago.
You know what, Marv? The Chicago Bulls are in trouble. They're in trouble. This thing is going to go 7. The last 2 games, even with Michael scoring 55 points, I thought the Phoenix Sun team still outplayed them. They had the chance to tie that game. Kevin Johnson misses that ball. I mean, he turned the ball over. Now they come back, turn it around again in this game. I tell you, the Phoenix Suns are playing better. They're hotter, they're playing better than the Chicago Bulls, and the Bulls are in trouble.
Dan Marley may be part of the big story tonight because your second team, all defensive player, has held Michael Jordan at times. Jordan only 4 field goal attempts on the inside, 24 on jumpers from the outside.
37 and 4/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. Well, no team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the NBA Finals. This is a step in the right direction. The Suns will stay alive. There will be a Game 6 in Phoenix. Will be on hand 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday night, which means the Czar's television career extends at least 1 more game. I mean, let's get things into the proper perspective. Ainge called for that foul on Jordan, who was gunning from 3-point range. Michael Jordan back to the line. He's 6 of 8 from the line.
I'm gonna go on the limb and say that it's gonna be 7 games. This is gonna be 7 games. I have no question in my mind. It's gonna be 7 games in this series. And I tell you what, everybody better hold on. That American West Arena, them fans of the Phoenix Suns will be rocking come Sunday.
Magic, a walking promo here.
Oh, this